Maxtivity artists, it's good to have you back. It's time to stop, drop what you're doing, and do some art. So we're going to do something fun today. We're going to make some balloon dinosaurs. So I'm hoping you have a balloon around the house, probably about this size. Any color will do. What we're going to do is take a balloon and we're going to attach some pieces to it to create some funny dinosaur critters. And you can make as many as you want, but I think we'll do a T-Rex first. So you're going to need construction paper, balloon, scissors, Scotch tape, or we'll just clear tape. What do you call Scotch tape if it's not Scotch tape? That's the brand. Transparent tape, that's it. Some transparent tape and probably some markers. So gather up your supplies. So I went ahead and cut some pieces out first, and I'm going to assemble one so that you can see what it looks like, and then we'll draw some of the pieces together. So I drew this shape that's kind of a T-Rex head, but I didn't put any eyes or anything on it yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a dark pen or pencil. You could use a marker, would be good. I'm just gonna use a pencil for now. And I'm going to put an eye on my dinosaur, on my T-Rex. And I just did it real quick. And you could give him some sharp teeth too. I'm gonna put him right here with some tape. So I'm putting his head on the top of the balloon where the tie is. You might need some help blowing up your balloon. It's not, I have trouble blowing up balloons sometimes. It's not easy. Maybe you can get a older brother or sister or a grown-up to blow up your balloon if you are having trouble with it. So I'm just taping his head on both sides. See, I'm putting some tape onto his head and then taping it to the balloon. Got one piece on both sides there. I think I'll put another piece here and attach that to the balloon. It's pretty good, it's staying. Okay, so there's his head. The balloon is his body, of course. And now let's put on one of his big back legs. We wouldn't want to put it here, would we? Because that's where his little tiny hands go. This is one of his big back legs. This is going to go down here. So I'm going to tape that on. Now you're going to want two matching legs, one for each side of your dinosaur balloon. Just put a couple pieces of tape on there. And let's see, let's give him a little tiny arm. I'm gonna tape that right there. And next, I'm gonna give him a tail. Now, I'm showing you how to assemble this before we draw it so that you understand. Sometimes when you see the finished product, it's easier to plan and you'll go, oh, that's what we're doing. Some things are hard to explain, but easier to understand if you see them. I like to see things. Seeing things helps me understand them better. So I'm gonna put his tail right about there. It's kind of lined up with his head on the same kind of parallel line there. And whoops, he rolled away from me. Let's see, that's about where I want his tail. I'm just gonna put some tape on that on both sides. Could also be a shark fin, huh? Whoa, he keeps rolling away. It's a roly-poly dinosaur. Okay, so that's pretty much what our dinosaur is gonna look like when we're done. But of course, you would put another arm and a leg on this side so that he has an arm and a leg on both sides. And maybe give him some sharp teeth or whatever. So, and then you could tie a string around the knot on the balloon and you could hang him from the ceiling if you wanted to. So the first dinosaur, the blue one, was a Tyrannosaurus Rex. I think this time we'll do a Stegosaurus. So a Stegosaurus let's do his head first. His head just kind of looks like a turtle's head. Let's go ahead and draw something like, kind of like a turtle's head, but maybe with a little pointier snout. Something about like that. So this is the neck is going to be flat. We're cutting that part off. That would be where it goes back into the shell. That's where we're attaching it to the balloon. So that part's just a, kind of a straight line. And his head, the line goes up just a little bit for the top of his head, and then down a slide for a kind of a pointy nose, and then back around and back up. So that shape, let's see, that shape is kind of a rectangular shape, a little bit, if that helps you. All right, now let's do his tail. His tail is just gonna kind of be a swoop. And then let's do another swoop. Kind of we want it to be kind of a wide tail. And then a line where it's gonna attach to the balloon. And maybe 2 spikes, big spikes. You're gonna cut this out, so you don't want them to be too skinny. You want them to be nice fat spikes. It'll be easy to cut out. How about his back leg? So this is a little trickier. First, we're gonna do kind of a big, tall curve, like a curved doorway. Then we're going to have a knee that swoops back this way, and a line that goes back this way, kind of parallel to it. So that's kind of his knee. So we made a doorway, and then 2 lines that kind of are parallel going off to the side. And let's do a straight line going down, maybe a little farther. And let's put a little hook here for his foot. And then just a line going across. That looks pretty good. So you've got your archway, your 2 parallel lines, straight line going down, hook, little curved foot, and flat line across. And let's see, and let's do, he needs a front leg too, doesn't he? So let's start that one the same way. Let's start with a kind of a curve. It's going to be smaller. Front leg is smaller. And then 2 kind of parallel lines that go off like that with a curved foot and a line coming back. Kind of looks like a tombstone with a grave in front of it, doesn't it? You could think of it that way if that helps you to draw it. And then of course a Stegosaurus has shapes on his back. What is that shape called? It's not an octagon. Is it a pentagon? I think it's a pentagon. Yeah, so it looks like a little house. Except you might want to make the walls of the house a little more slanted into the floor. So you can make as many of those as you want to go on the back of your Stegosaurus. I have a little more room down here. And you might want to make some big and some small, so they gradually change size as they go down his back. All right, I think I'll give him an eye and a smile. Great, I think we're ready to cut this out. So I'm cutting out the pieces, but I only drew 2 legs and I need 4. So what could I do? Well, I could get another piece of construction paper that's the same color, and I could hold them together like this while I'm cutting it out. And then when I cut out the 1 leg that I drew, you gotta hold them. You can't let them slip around. You gotta hold them together carefully. Then I'll have 2 legs. Or I could just cut this one out, which might be easier. It's kind of hard to cut it out when you're holding the 2 pieces of paper together. Sometimes they get out of alignment and then your shape gets off. Or I could cut out the 1 leg and then I can trace it onto my red paper. I can trace it on the paper It's not perfect, but it's gonna be pretty close. And then I can cut that out too, as well. So, I had a red balloon left over from a birthday party. So I thought I'd make a red Stegosaurus. Look at this mess, I got paper everywhere. Let's tape our Stegosaurus together. Now this time, instead of being up like this, he's going to be like this. Because Stegosauruses don't stand up on their back legs, they are on all four legs. So it's actually easier to hold my balloon like this, upright, and with the little tie on top to tape his head on. Just a little easier to control my balloon. Otherwise it rolls all over the place. So once again, I'm putting tape on the back side, just 2 pieces of tape that connect to his neck and to the balloon, and then I'll do 2 on this side. You don't need tons of tape, just a little piece that connects to the construction paper and the balloon. There we go. Okay. And then, let's see, let's put his tail on. Just gonna, maybe if I put the tape on the tail first and then attach it to the balloon. Let's see. Whoa, slippery. Might be good if we had someone hold the balloon while the other person taped things. That would probably be better. Oh, I have a helper. Someone's gonna hold the balloon. Some magic hands came out of nowhere to help me hold my balloon. All right, I'm gonna tape on the little Stegosaurus spikes. See how it flaps down if I don't tape it on both sides? If I tape it on both sides, then it's more, it stands up. That's why you want to put the tape on both sides. So I'm going to put tape on the little Stegosaurus house shape. It fell down again, so I have to put it on the other side too. And you can put as many of those on as you want. You could do a Triceratops, you could do a pterodactyl, you could do an Apatosaurus, whatever you want. Just look at a picture of a dinosaur to get ideas, oops, as to what shape the legs are going to be pretty much the same for a Stegosaurus, an Apatosaurus, a Triceratops. Their legs are all going to be pretty much the same. All right, let's see. I'm going to connect this leg here. Nope, like that. And this leg here. And I need to come over here. Let's see. No, I want them to be able to see, so let's just keep it this way. It's hard to tell from this angle if I'm getting the leg in the right spot, but hopefully. And then, is that how that goes? I think so. Maybe like that. All right, we did that really fast. Whew. Oops. Okay, so now he's got legs on both sides. Might be a little harder. Oh, if I want to hang him from the ceiling, maybe I could hang him from one of his Stegosaurus spikes. Look at that. Got a little dinosaur that we can hang from the ceiling, and he can float around and watch over you while you're eating your cereal or reading your storybook at night. So I went ahead and gave some teeth to my Tyrannosaurus Rex. I think he looks better. You could draw scales on yours if you wanted to, or maybe some toes, but have fun making some balloon dinosaurs. Have a great day.